Hello! And welcome to the... Is this the fourth episode already? What is time?
This is the fourth.
The fourth episode.
We're about to post the third one.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, because we're professionals and we're like starting to get a little ahead of our posting schedule. And we're up to 12 subscribers, I think, now.
Ooh, that was 9 last time.
I know. We
got
broke
3
the
more.
Double digits. So that's exciting.
So welcome. Thank you for subscribing.
All right, what one do you want to start with? We got some juicy ones today. So this is posted to r/arethestraightsokay, and it's posted by username depressed_buns, and it's just a series of screenshots from this Twitter account. Twitter thread. Thank you. The name is obviously blocked out. It does have a blue Twitter mark, so there's that.
A blue check mark. Oh, that's
blue check mark.
a status
There you
symbol. That's a warning. It's a red flag. It's a red blue check mark. Red flag check mark. Red blue flag check mark.
It's a problem.
Red flag.
Is what it is.
It's a problem.
But next to I don't understand how Twitter works, but like you know how you can have the name and then like next to the name you have like you can say whatever you want in like gray. So it's not like your name, but it's like gray next to the name. I'm over explaining this.
Wait.
Anyway, they have a Proverbs quote. Is that the right term? Excerpt.
God.
Do you see what I mean? It's Proverbs something, and then it says America first. So you know we're in for a doozy. This dude in Christ goes, I'm a 100% straight guy. After a strong start already. You know
Sure you are, buddy. Sure you are. We believe you. So does your roommate.
Okay, I'm gonna try. I can't get through this with a straight face, but I'm gonna try. I'm a 100% straight guy who is no longer interested in dating women. My dude.
my man. Buddy.
Have I got news for you?
We have a word for that.
Because like whether he's not interested in women because he wants to buddy up with his dude bro, or he's not interested in women because he's ace, like either way, that's under the queer umbrella. Anyway, he continues, modern women are lazy, selfish, and have no interest in serving their man. What I'm proposing is a new type of relationship, not a sexual or romantic relationship. Sure. Instead, a committed male-male friendship. That's just the first tweet. The second tweet. Why would I want to spend my free time being dragged around the mall or going on endless shopping trips when I could be going fishing, hunting, and hanging out with my closest buddies? I bet they're close.
Yeah. They're sharing a tent. Oh my god, there was one tent.
Whoops! 110! Someone write this for AO3. He goes, my buddy and I are both single and share a place together. We live in separate rooms, like roommates, but still do fun stuff together every week. No women are allowed to come over. Yeah, like a date. So the two of you hanging out, doing fun things together. maybe a little hand on the knee action or something. You know what I mean? No women are allowed to come over. We play Call of Duty, drink Yungling. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. I don't drink. Yeah. And are planning a week-long fishing trip for this summer. Just guys hanging out with dudes. Not a woman in sight.
Oh boy. Have I got news for you? When there's no women and it's a sausage fest and you're going on vacations together,
you're ice fishing
dating
together?
your roommate, sir.
I haven't been in a relationship with a woman in over 3 years, and I'm the happiest I've ever been. I'll tell you what, I haven't been in a relationship with a man for 8 years, and I am also the happiest I've ever been. So this is valid. This last part, not the part he said about women not serving men and all that, but this part, completely valid, my dude. I want to get into the comments.
Fellas, is it gay to be roommates with your best dude friends?
Is it, fellas, is it straight to live the rest of your life happily roommating with your bro?
With your hetero life mate?
This one is by Jime Dorji, saying, I was 100% expecting it to end with, and we only blow each other once a week, just to keep it from building up. Nothing gay, though.
I remember saying that comment. That was good. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with my dude friends, and we're just gonna blow each other once a week, so we don't have the sexual tension doesn't like overflow, right? Because we don't have any women around, but like if we blow each other, a little bit of pegging, a little bit of anal, just once a week. This doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean we're gay. Here's a comment from Crazy Spooky Girl. Just living in a long-term relationship with my main man. No girls allowed. No homo. Yeah, me and my bro cuddle. No homo. Just dudes being dudes playing COD. To decide whose turn it is, being the girl just as God intended. And then there's like an American flag emoji.
Amazing.
Yeah, we also kiss, but no homo. Like Jesus kissed his friends. It's just homos being homies. Toxic masculinity is something, man. Kind of unrelated, but sort of like in the same realm of like how men act like around other men. I think you might have sent this TikTok to me, or I saw it on my For You page or something. Yeah. So it's a trans man, and he was talking about how he acts and how he like sits around other men. And so the whole thing is just like to spread out as far as make yourself as large as possible, spread out as much as possible. And he's like, well, don't do that around women, because like that's don't do that. But like around other men, like your whole thing is just to like be as large as possible, take up as much space as possible. And I think that's kind of related to what we're talking about, how men peacock around other men. So like you're trying to like look bigger than the other one, like look bigger than everybody else.
And then he made another TikTok because someone commented of like it was some bullshit about like the way you keep pursing your lips is very feminine or something, like trying to just like be transphobic and obnoxious.
Fellas, is it gay to move your lips when you talk?
So his response was perfect. He's like, dude, if you want to look at my lips, you can just look at my lips, and he did the like,
Amazing.
And I already loved him from the first TikTok I saw, but I was like, oh, dude, I'm following you for sure. I'm
like, he's a very handsome man too. I'm very gay, but he's a very handsome man.
So okay, we're lesbians. We're not blind. Like we can appreciate when a man is gorgeous. Like there are some men that are just gorgeous. It doesn't mean that I want to invite them to my lair. It just means that like I like looking at them. Like you're you make my eyes happy when I look at you, but it doesn't mean that like I want to do the do. Those are two separate. You can find someone attractive, but not want to like.
Yeah, but not sexually.
Yeah, exactly. Right. There was, oh God, I can't remember where I came across this. This was on Tumblr or Instagram or Twitter or something. And it was like all these different types of attraction, right? So like there's like emotional attraction where like you feel like an emotional connection to someone. There's aesthetic attraction where you like, they're pretty to look at, and I say pretty in a genderless way. This can be someone who's non-binary, masculine, feminine. I just mean like visually appealing to your eyes. There's obviously sexual attraction where, you want to start something with them. There's like all these different types of attraction, and oftentimes they get like lumped together and like twisted. Like for me growing up, what I thought were friend crushes was just actual crushes, and
your friend crushes on your girlfriends.
Exactly.
And your female friends.
Exactly. And then
actually, I would like to smooch.
Actually, yes. I just want to cuddle, like for no particular reason. Then the guys I dated, it was like later on, I was like, oh, like I just thought they look pretty. Like I just liked looking at them. I felt emotionally safe around them, and they're pretty men. But that was all there was. Point being that, you can be a lesbian and only into women in that way, but you can also appreciate the visual appeal of certain men. This one comes from r/relationship advice, posted by username acrobatic_post_1105. My 35 female, husband 39 male, told an old classmate he wanted to date. My husband and I went on vacation with our children over the holidays. We randomly ran into our daughter's friend from school. Just so happens we were vacationing at the same place. I hear your kitty cat's feet are in the background.
No. Yep, it's dinner time. It's Din. Hiccup just like zoomed over there.
Okay, we randomly ran into our daughter's friend from school. Just so happens we were vacationing at the same place. I know the mom, as our kids have attended each other's birthday parties and such. Turns out my husband went to high school with the mom. On vacation, we had a short conversation with the family and went on our way. Later that evening, after I was sleeping, he messaged the mom on Facebook. He told her he had a massive crush on her in high school and always dreamed of dating her. She replied and just said something simple like, "It was nice to see your family today," and she didn't really direct what he had said to her. Yeah, that's really awkward. That's
very awkward.
Also, dude, what are you thinking? Like, what, you think she's gonna run away with you now? She's just gonna leave her family and you're gonna leave yours? What's happening? Anyway, this mom is married and is expecting their fourth child any day now. Oh my god, and she's like pregnant.
Wow. She's pregnant too. Oh my god. Yeah. Wow.
I feel it is highly inappropriate to message this to another woman, especially when both are married. I'm angry at him, as you should be, and I feel embarrassed. Yes. I found out because I snooped on his phone because I felt something was off. Do I bring this up to him? Is this worth starting a fight over? This is worth ending your marriage over. It will absolutely cause a fight. It should cause a divorce. And he will focus on me snooping. That is not, I mean, I believe you that he will focus on that, but that is absolutely not the problem. I'm having a hard time knowing if this is worth bringing up. Yes, it is. I'm having a hard time knowing if this is worth bringing up because of the fallout that I know is on the other side if I do say something. And I'm embarrassed to even speak to the other mom after my husband said this to her. I think she's on your side. Is it normal to feel embarrassed? Absolutely. Is it worth a fight since he didn't say he has a crush on her today? He didn't say he has a crush on her today, just in the past. You don't bring it up.
Still,
if it's just
why would you bring it up?
Crush, why would you bring? You're both married. Like, there's no reason to bring it up unless you are trying to start something. All the comments are basically, I would absolutely be embarrassed, but he's the embarrassing one, not you. This is so inappropriate. Apparently, OP responded to that comment and said, maybe I can just have my attorney talk to him instead. Save the fight. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Why would, that's such a slimy thing to do. It would have been over 20 years ago, for one. You're both married, both have kids. She's currently pregnant. The other mom was currently pregnant. It's so stupid. It's like, what did you think was going to happen?
Right.
like you said, she's gonna run away with you? Like, however many months pregnant, leave her family for you? Like, no. And then,
just yeah, because I'm sure he's such a catch that he's totally worth upending her entire life for.
Like, why would you still hold on to a high school crush?
Right?
Like that. You know, it's like, I don't know.
How
it's just
are
weird.
You so similar to who you were in high school? Like, I am a very different person from who I was in high school. Yeah. I'm happy to say. And how are you?
Thankfully, I'm different than how I was in high school.
And so, how he must be stuck in that mindset. Like, it reminds me again, that saying of you peaked in high school. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, trying to live his glory days.
I was going to say, I wonder if he was hot stuff in high school, like he was a quarterback or something, and then his life now is just not what he wanted it to be or he pictured it to be, and so he's trying to revert back to how he felt in high school.
Yep.
And how he's probably lifted up and coddled and all this stuff, and now he's stuck in this boring family, and he's trying to bring up some random fairy tale romance or something because he's bored.
This is on r/am I the asshole by username decent_tangerine_718. Am I the asshole for blowing up on my boyfriend for giving me a birthday card that ChatGPT wrote? It's my 35th birthday. Happy birthday. Last year, I got upset with my male 34 boyfriend because he didn't get me a card. The bar is on the floor, my dudes. Anyway, this year we discussed doing the birthday right and planning a trip, getting a nice gift and a card. It was on me to book the trip. By the time I went to book it, everything was sold out, which was a bummer and had me pretty upset all week. Yeah, what the hell was he doing? So ultimately, we decided to do a one-night stay in the Florida Keys. That's where we went swimming with the dolphins. Anyway, the night before we were going, I asked him to not forget about the card. The fact that you are asking him, like, you're not his mama. Like, anyway.
It should be his responsibility to remember to get you a birthday card.
It's not
anything.
It's not
that hard.
It's like, you can send someone an e-card, for goodness sake. It could not be easier. I also requested he put some thought into a message instead of just signing his name. The fact that you are telling him, you are telling this man who is supposedly your life partner, please get me a card and say something in it. Again,
say something in it.
Don't just sign your name. Like, yes, yay, good, you can sign your name, yay. Okay, can you write it?
Congratulations.
Can you write one sentence? Anyway, this morning when we were supposed to be heading out, he said, I'll be back in a bit. I have to go on your birthday mission to get card and flowers. I was annoyed.
On the day of the trip? What were you doing the rest of the...
I was annoyed because I wanted to be on the road and figured he should have taken care of this sooner. Yeah, no shit. I was hysterically crying when he left, and when he got back, he noticed I was upset. Oh, well, I guess he's noticing something. Fucking idiot. He brought back ugly flowers and a smoothie I like and a card. At least, I mean, I was going to say at least he got you a smoothie you like. This could have been just a 0 for 3, but I kind of don't even want to give him that point. The bar is in hell and he's still just limboing underneath it. Just like a doofus. I opened the card and it really read like ChatGPT wrote it. I was so upset. I asked him about it and he owned up to it. We got into a huge fight, him saying that he thought I wanted a longer note and he isn't used to writing long letters and it was still heartfelt. This is like those idiots who like write their vows and it's like, God, there was one and this is on TikTok, his entire vow was just essentially, I promised to smack dad ass. And that was his entire vow. That was it. To the point where the person who's like reading from the Bible.
The officiant?
Yeah. The officiant turns
come on,
is like,
come on.
Dude.
He's like, that's it? Like, come on, Cody.
And then he's like, I didn't write anything down. It's like, oh my God.
This is your wedding. Your wedding. Your family's there.
I don't know. Like, how are they not ashamed? Like, how did they not feel shame about any of this? The fight went from bad to worse as I tried to explain that it's hurtful. He couldn't take 5 minutes to develop something on his own. He hacked my card. Honestly, it's a card. We spend the afternoon separated and came back for dinner, which was awkward and not fun. Yeah, no kidding. Am I the asshole for getting so mad at him for this? No, you're not.
I'm reading through the comments and there's kind of like, I'm surprised actually that it's kind of mixed. So people are saying that the OP is the a-hole for being kind of manipulative and hysterically crying and expecting like
having emotions
and like wanting something for their birthday. And like the people who are saying this are probably like the man. It's like probably don't care.
Here's my theory. Either they are like the man or they're in a relationship with a man who's just like that man and they're gaslighting themselves because that's how they get through their day. So they're like her making this very reasonable request is triggering their own every time they've gone to their husbands and they've been like, hey, can you do this most basic thing just to show me that you give a single shit about me? And then their husband responds with some obnoxious response, and then they have to gaslight themselves in order to keep themselves happy in the marriage. So it's one of those. That's my theory. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just
like, people are saying that the OP is high maintenance, but like, I don't think so. I think it's just like it's because straight people have such low standards that straight women, mostly straight women,
and so men have very high so standards sometimes.
Oh yeah, well, okay, sure. And so it's like, you know, asking for the bare minimum on your birthday is high maintenance.
Like, she's not asking no, it's for not. Like, fucking, I don't know, Givenchy, Dwar, purse, heel, whatever the fuck.
A card. It's a card and a vacation. And it's like, why is that so much? Why is that high maintenance? Like, from our perspective, because we're not like children. Like, we write each other cards and whatever, and it's like, it's no big deal. And like, it's just something that you do. It's like, if you like the person that you're dating or married to or whatever, then you just come up with these things on your own. You don't have to be asked for it.
First of all, her hysterically crying is probably in response to the fact that this is not the first time that he has treated her like a worse than last priority. Unimportant. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And so that crying is probably a build-up. It's not just about the card. If you're not going to get someone a card, and then you do get a card, but you get ChatGPT to write the card, like, chances are you're not showing up in this relationship, period. And so that's probably what was prompting her hysterical crying. No kidding. That would make anyone sad. And something I was going to add also is, obviously we always get each other like some cute card, but like, even if circumstances happened and one of us didn't get the other person a card in some like wild circumstance, we can't help ourselves from like constantly leaving each other voice messages and texts and communication that's like, I am so lucky to be with you, like, I adore you so much, you like bring so much happiness and joy and light and love to my life, and I'm just like so grateful to be with you. It's like, with stuff like this, like, it's rarely about like the card or the flowers or like this single token. It's just about the fact that he doesn't do any of it. Straight people are not okay.
No. like clearly these people who are commenting that either everyone sucks here or that she's the a-hole are straight. It's like, relationships aren't hard if you care about the person that you're dating. you know? It's like, if you love the person, then it's pretty effortless to like make them happy, you know, unless the other person like truly is high maintenance and wants things a certain way, and like, you know, asks for a lot that you can't, you know, that you might not have the, you know, capacity to give them. But like, in general, if it's like an equal relationship, then, you know, it's not that hard to make them feel appreciated. This one is from Kingle Fart. Husband wants to divorce because I'm not excited to go to the gym. I, 30 female, married my husband, 35 male, in July of last year. When we first met, I was into lifting weights several times a week, rock climbing, and have previously had a NASA personal training certification.
That's what I have.
He loved... Exactly, yes. So he loved that I was so active in the beginning of our relationship, but that changed for a few reasons. One, he became very controlling over my workouts, red flag number one. He insisted I went in the mornings with him. I hate morning workouts. And that I do all of his specific workout routines with him. He did not want to compromise on either of these issues. One of those workouts ended up permanently damaging my back. When I was single, I really enjoyed working out in the afternoons during my own exercise routines. That changed when I started dating him because his mindset was, if we're not going to work out together, I guess we might as well do everything separately. Jesus Christ. Number two, I got on birth control and I had immediate bad mental setbacks. I was depressed, lost my interest in doing most things, and began to gain weight. I tried to push through and go anyway, but really struggled to get off the couch. I was very communicative with him about how it was affecting me mentally and emotionally, and he seemed to take it to heart. Number 3. He once drunkenly called me fat, among other things, and said, "It's no wonder you don't post photos of yourself on Instagram anymore. You're huge now." He doesn't remember saying this, but I do, and it made me really resent the gym for my workouts not having the same effect. They did pre-birth control, and up to the point he said this. Number 4. He's told me several times I lied to him about who I was when we first met, that I'm now not active enough for him, unproductive, unexcited to go to the gym, and it's not the kind of wife he wants, so he wants a divorce. Number 5. In the months since we married, I've gone through a job change and have also moved across the country with him. Both have been stressful situations, and that stress has sapped a lot of my energy.
Yeah, and I bet being married to him has sapped a lot of your energy too.
Yeah.
Joy he is.
I recently switched my birth control in hopes of mitigating the depression and lack of desire to go to the gym. I did it for myself as much as for him, but I really wanted him to see it as a step to fix the issue he brought up, that he hates how inactive I am. I've also made a point of going to the gym with him every morning, he asks. We've done free trials at 4 gyms this month. I've gone with him every time. I've said several times in the middle of a workout how good I feel, trying to show my enthusiasm. I also walk my dog for at least an hour every day. I get a lot of steps in while I'm cleaning our apartment and running errands. We also play with a frisbee together as often as I suggest it. I try to be as active as I can be right now given our tight budget after the big move. Tonight, as a continuation of a completely unrelated argument, he brought this up again, yelling that I'm lazy, unexcited for the gym, unproductive, and that all I do is sit around. I try to point out the improvements I've been making, but he's dead set that we're incompatible because when I agree to go to the gym with him, I'm not excited. I genuinely feel like I've made steps in the right direction, but maybe I'm overestimating my actions, so am I the a-hole? No.
No.
Birth control messes with you. Like, I'm not on birth control, but I've just, like, seen, like, it can affect your mood. It can affect, like, your body and how your body works and reacts to it.
And it affects your hormones, which affects
your
energy levels. It affects your satiety levels, like so how full you feel after eating. It affects your hunger cues. Like it affects a lot. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Also, why isn't he taking that weight off your shoulders by, wrapping up? You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like that's such a frustrating thing. Like women have to go through all these things. And then men have one thing to do. Women are expected to be the ones to do it.
Yeah,
because it's our bodies, and because we're the ones who get pregnant, even though like it takes 2 to, it takes 2. It takes 2 to make a baby. I don't know. I don't know how men have sex. Like, what do they do? It's like, what is?
They go ice fishing with their bros.
Here's the ice fishing. Anyway, so it reminds me of Love is Blind. You remember that episode where the man who's wearing the American socks, all the American attire, was saying that his fiance lied to him because of the makeup she wore. And it's like, because
sir, if you can't tell that my eyelids aren't naturally green and silver, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, it's just like men, just men. just men. Men give me a headache.
Period. Men. Derogatory.
Derogatory. Yeah. So apologies for any of the good men who are watching this, but I imagine
not
there
all
aren't.
Men. We know you. We love you. But we cherish you. You are very much appreciated.
Yeah, it's just like the specific pocket of men who just like
who just it's like there
have an ideal.
There are people who happen to be men, and then there are men.
Somebody has this ideal of their partner, and then as time goes by, of course things are going to change. Like, you don't stay the same person you were 20 years ago. It's not lying. It's not. She's not lying to you because she lost interest in the gym. It's just like her body is changed, because of the birth control and the depression. And so instead of, being sensitive to that, you're just blaming her for being lazy and calling her fat and just like fat shaming her and not supporting her when she's feeling this way.
Yeah.
Instead, you're like putting the blame on her and saying that it's her fault that she's getting fat. Like her fault that like she's not active.
As someone whose literal job it is to like support people through weight loss journeys and building consistency in the gym, this is the opposite. Everything he is doing is the opposite of what you should do.
You can't shame somebody to go into the gym. Like,
right. And
like,
also, like, it just shows that it has nothing to do with her or what's good for her, what's healthy for her. It's purely his ability to control her. It's known that, like, the best workout is the one you do. The best workout is the one you stick with. So if going to the gym in the afternoon or working out in the afternoon is what makes her happy, he has two choices. He can either fuck off, mind his own damn business, and just let her do whatever she wants. Or if he decides that he wants to support her in her fitness journey, what he would have done if he gave a shit about her as a person and wasn't just a control freak, is he would have supported her through the changes and, you know, the birth control and the, you know, emotional fluctuation and all of that. He would have figured out ways that he could have helped make going to the gym and being more active easier on her. So instead of being like, oh, we have to work out together in the morning, because that's what I say, it, you know, it would have been like if he has like a more normal work schedule. So he's at work when she likes to work out, 15 minutes before she would head out the door to go to the gym, he sends her a little like, you can do this, like, you got this, like, you know, like a little motivational, encouraging, you know, encouraging text. Hey, go crush it in the gym today. I don't know her, so I don't know what would help motivate her, but there's so many things you can do. You know, maybe have like a little glass jar. Every time she goes to the gym, she puts $1 in the jar, and every dollar she puts in, he matches, you know? So it's just these little ways of like showing support and like, you know, then at the end of, you know, 3 months or whatever, you know, then she gets to take that money and go on like a fun little shopping spree. Or he can help her like with meal prepping, or, you know, he can maybe, you know, find some like recipes for them to try together, or plan date nights that are more active. Doesn't have to be going to the gym. It can be bowling, it can be like make rock climbing, have like a rock climbing date night, because that's something she mentioned she loves to do. So many things that he could have done to support her, and the fact that he opted to do none of it and just be abusive, I mean, shows what kind of person he is.
Like, she's actively making these changes to try and appease him, and he doesn't even see it. He doesn't care. You know, it's still her fault. She's still fat. She's still lazy. And so, like, it's coming down to, like, no matter what she does, it's not going to make him happy unless she reverts to, like, what she looked like before, how she acted before taking the birth control. But that's never going to happen because, like...
And even if it did happen, I bet it still wouldn't be good enough. Because when it comes to abusers, nothing is ever good enough. When it comes to abusive people, because abusive people, deep down, are miserable, wretched people. They hate themselves, and this is not an excuse for their behavior. This is just how it is. People who hurt and abuse others, they themselves deep down hate themselves, and that's why they lash out. And that's why when they are in that act of abuse, you feel like they're not even seeing you, because they're not. They're seeing the part of themselves that they hate, and it's that self-loathing that motivates their abuse to you, because they're projecting it onto you. He doesn't even see her as a person. He doesn't see who she is. He doesn't see her amazing qualities and what makes her her. He just sees her as something that he can control, and a blank slate to project all of his insecurities and all the parts of himself that he hates, project all that onto her, so that then he can lash out and distance himself from all these parts of himself that he's so ashamed of. So he needs therapy, and she needs freedom from that abusive relationship.
And apparently, in some comments that the OP has written, like, her husband has gained twice the weight that she has. So he's gaining weight too.
What?
But
exactly?
No, it's her. That's
what
what you're saying. Like, it's because he hates that part of himself, because he's gaining weight, And so he's trying to control her into losing weight so he doesn't feel as bad about himself or something.
Exactly.
Like some weird, twisted thing.
She'd probably benefit from therapy too, because when you're in a relationship with an abuser, you need therapy.
She said she's in therapy.
Okay, good. Stay in therapy. He needs to get therapy, but also he's not your responsibility. So if he doesn't do good at therapy, that is not your problem.
He's a grown man.
He can suck all by himself over there, away from you.
This one is from NoiseLoose9932. Single dad wondering how to handle seeing my daughter kissing her friend. It says, "Hi, I'm a single dad with a daughter who is 15. Recently, as she walked her friend out to her car after a visit, I saw them kiss. First of all, I have absolutely no issue with her liking women or dating this friend. I guess they aren't just friends, ? But this has me wonder how to handle this knowledge. On one hand, I feel like I should just not say anything and let her tell me when she's ready. But on the other, the idea that she might be worried about me finding out honestly breaks my heart. I want her to know that I don't care what her sexuality is, and that I love and support her no matter what. This makes me want to say something like, hey, I saw that the other day. You don't have to say anything, but I just want you to know I have no issues with it, and just leave it at that. It might be awkward, but I can't stand the thought of her feeling anxious or worried that I will be angry with her or something about this. Just picturing her in that situation is almost painful to me. Part of it is her mother, who isn't in the picture because of drug issues that led to her leaving us. So I know my daughter has understandable pain and trauma about parental abandonment. So that's why it's really important to me that she feels loved and safe and that she can tell me anything. Anyway, this is rambling, but I wanted to ask this community, if you were my daughter in this situation, what would you want me to say? Or would you want me to say anything, or just leave it alone and let her tell me when she's ready? I wouldn't say anything, because I think if you kind of force your child to come out prematurely, it might backfire. So what this dad can do is maybe just kind of show his support in other ways, and just just kind of be queer friendly, be an ally, just bring up something you see on TV or heard about in the news, and just be supportive that way, and just show her that you are supportive of whatever might be happening. And then it might even turn out maybe she's not queer. Maybe it was maybe I don't know what the kiss looked like, but maybe just a friendly friend smooch. I don't know, but yeah, I think if you force her to come out and kind of expose her, it might kind of make her kind of retract or kind of pull into herself a little more, especially when you're a teenager.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I agree with everything you said. I'm also putting myself in his shoes, and I am just on the deepest level. I am incapable of keeping a secret, and so if
I know. I'm aware.
So if I was in his position, I wouldn't be able to not say something. If you're a mature adult who could just be quiet, not say things, yes, your advice is better than anything I'm gonna say. But I know that I'm not the only adult like this. But
I'm never gonna have a surprise party, I'm guessing.
Well, okay, that's different. See, I want to say you're wrong.
Is it?
See, I want to say you're wrong. But I'm so terrible. This is why you have to be the one to propose, because I will be incapable. I can't the entire day. You're gonna be like, all right, what's going on? Let's see the ring. Let's see it. Come on.
What's happening? Something is happening here.
That's all to say. If I was in his position, I would say something like, you and your friend are so cute together. Are you together? Mm-hmm. I'd be a little dorky mom cheeky with it. Do you know what I mean? In the same way that you would, that we think of if our daughter was hanging out with a sweet boy, and we're just kind of teasing her a little bit. While I know he's totally well-intentioned, saying something I'm fine with it, or this is not intentional on his part, but I do think it's important for people to understand this. I just want to let you know I'm okay with it, or I love you no matter what. It can come across as if there's something wrong with being gay, and I love you in spite of your queerness. And I don't think that that is what he's trying to communicate. I think what he's trying to communicate is like, I love you, and if you have a boyfriend, that's great, and if you have a girlfriend, that's great. You found love? Yay, let's celebrate that. There's no like, no matter what, or in spite of, or let's do away with that. However you would respond to someone you love coming out, imagine them in a straight relationship and you saying the same thing and hear it back to yourself and be like, would that sound weird? If that makes sense. All right. On that note, thanks for joining us and see you next week. Bye.